On the last Monday in May, our country officially observes Memorial Day. The holiday represents and honors military fallen in war. It also unofficially marks the beginning of summer, and today, your boys of summer, the Oakland Athletics, will spend the day playing baseball in front of a packed house as they host the New York Yankees. They will play a game they have grown up with and for as long as they can remember have worn a uniform every summer. But as they take the field today, they can't help to reflect on the past and present soldiers bearing a uniform for our country. It's Ace Baseball coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Well, what do you do on Memorial Day? You tailgate, and then you watch baseball. The New York Yankees are in town, so it is a big three-game series, a holiday crowd, and it should be a sellout crowd today at the Coliseum. So a big day of baseball and a big day in our country as we indeed celebrate Memorial Day. It's the Yankees and the Athletics, the first of three coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Well, happy Memorial Day, everybody. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Hope you're enjoying your holiday, and we got a good ball game today. The A's are hot. They've won 4 in a row, and the Yankees are in town. And Ray, with the Yankees this year, it's all about the long ball.
50% of the runs, the Yankees, have been a result of the home run. They have hit 79 on the season. We don't want to talk about the Athletics because a couple of guys, Granderson and Teixeira, have hit more than the Athletics combined, but that is their team. Joe Girardi, the manager, said there's a difference in where they play, the players they have, and there's no doubt the New York Yankees live and die by the long ball. Once they start hitting and getting the hits with runners in scoring position, in addition to home runs, they're going to be very tough to beat in that Eastern Division.
Now, the A's will send their ace, Trevor Cahill, to the mound in the first game of this series, but Cahill has made 2 starts against the Yankees, and neither of them have been very good.
Well, you can forget it about those in the past. Trevor's an all-star. You just have to look the way he's pitching right now. He is 0-2 in those 2 starts coming last year. But remember, he also won 18 last year in just the 5 months that he pitched for the Athletics, just making the one start in the month of April. But A-Rod got him a couple of times. Pitch location was the key for, no doubt, with Trevor Cahill last year. If he has the pitch location we have been seeing, it should be a different story.
Now, the Yankees will send the veteran Bartolo Colon to the mound. So a terrific pregame ceremony here on Memorial Day. Troops direct day at the ballpark, and we got the Yankees and the Athletics. We'll have lineups and first pitch when we come back to the Coliseum.
on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Let's go Oakland! Let's go Oakland!
Well, the A's fans having a good time tailgating outside, inside the ballpark. We're just about set for baseball. The A's and the Yankees, game one of this three-game series coming up from the Overstock.com Coliseum. Only trip to Oakland this year by the Yankees. Big crowd on hand, and we're just about set to go. Game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. It's 58 degrees, a little bit breezy. And that's a cloud cover, so I don't know how much sun we're actually going to see today. Look at the Yankees lineup for today's game. All the familiar names: Jeter, Granderson, Teixeira, A-Rod, Cano, Posada, Swisher, Gardner, and Cervelli. That is your New York Yankees starting lineup.
And Trevor Cahill, as we detailed, a much different year this year as he is making the start. And he is the main guy on the A's staff, one of them anyway. 12th start last year. 14 earned runs he gave up to the Yankees in just 10 innings that he pitched in the 2 starts that he lost. But Trevor Cahill get his pitches working, with the exception of the White Sox. He's done quite well this year, so hopefully that will change this afternoon. Get his 7th win against the New York Yankees on Memorial Day.
So the first pitch of the ball game is a little bit low to Derek Jeter.
108.
So 108 first pitch on Memorial Day, and Troops Direct Day here at the Coliseum. So the big crowd still filing in. And the A's are hot. Really the first stretch, a lengthy stretch of good solid baseball the A's have played this year. They've won 4 in a row and 5 out of their last 6. And Jeter rips one up the middle for a base hit.
Well, we mentioned location, and there's a perfect example. The ball was left up, and Jeter, now what, 19 away?
19 away from 3,000. Defensively for the Athletics, Willingham at left, Crispin center, DeJesus in right, Kuzmanov and Pennington on the left side, Ellis and Martin on the right side, and Kurt Suzuki is behind the plate.
You know, the biggest thing, the Yankees are the Yankees. They had a lot of home runs, won a lot of world championships. Bottom line, you have to forget about it. You just pitch just like you pitched against anybody else. You can't let the names on the back, of course they don't have names on the back, but the names are notorious. And this guy, Granderson, came over from the Tigers, a big home run hitter. The Yankees got to put him in center field, and he's started this year and doing a tremendous job.
The Yankees are 28 and 23, including 11 and 10 on the road. They are a game behind the Red Sox in that AL East. And this is stop number 2 of a long road trip. They just came from Seattle, where they lost 2 out of 3. They'll play 3 here. They'll have an off day on Thursday, and then they'll spend the weekend in Anaheim against the Angels.
And really, that's the way it should be. You've got to come out west. You play all 3 teams. They're out here. You're on the West Coast. No matter which way you go. Alex Rodriguez was in Seattle, his first team. That was over the weekend. And then they do go to Anaheim.
Jeter runs, and Granderson hits one high to right field. DeJesus drifting back. He's going to have just enough room, and he's got it for out number 1.
In the Dodge Charger keys to the game, holiday baseball versus the Yankees. The only thing different it could be, play 2. But today is a single game. Cahill has shown New York that he's an elite pitcher, and definitely 18-game winner and an All-Star last year. 6 wins this year, he should be. And the A's definitely playing good baseball. They've won 4 in a row, sweep of the Orioles over the weekend. At the 1/3 mark of the season, they are 500. 27 and 27 after game number 54 yesterday.
First pitch to Teixeira is in for a strike. So a third of the season gone already. How about that?
Seems like it just started, doesn't it? Except for the horrible weather. I think we're still playing in early April with the weather the A's have been having.
Well, we talked to John Sterling, the longtime radio voice of the Yankees, just a little while ago. So that, you know, you always ask the guy, hey, how are you guys playing? And the first thing he said was, the weather's been terrible. And the East Coast has got it, obviously, and in the Midwest. Worse here, but we've noticed it too. It just has not been warm weather at all in the Bay Area. And today is pretty much the same way. A cool afternoon. Jeter runs. Teixeira bounces it foul, so the count is 0-2. Now the Yankees, talking about this road trip, they have played the fewest road games in the American League this year, just 21. This is number 22, so it will even out, but 11-10 on the road.
They are a traveling rock star show. I mean, every place they go, and go to the clubhouse, and go down on the field during batting practice, and I mean, it's just constant. The people, it's just unbelievable, the number of people that are around.
I would say behind the A's dugout today during the Yankees BP, covering the entire dugout all the way down to the ends, probably 10 deep. Fans just watching. Teixeira to right, and that's deep, and that baby is gone. Number 16 for Teixeira, and this is what the Yankees do, folks. They just flat out hit the ball out of the ballpark.
And that was a changeup that it went down and got, and just flat foot, front foot, and crushed it. And watch the front foot. Plants it, and then just goes down. And Trevor Cahill mislocation. Kurt Suzuki trying to backhand the ball down and in, but I mean, that's number 80 on the season for the Yankees. 80 home runs, and we're on Memorial Day.
So Teixeira ties Granderson. They're chasing Bautista for the home run lead. So you said it, 80 home runs now. They have 20 more home runs than any other team in the major leagues. Texas's second was 60. But that is what we are being told about the Yankees this year, is they're obviously hitting home runs at a ridiculous pace, but they're not doing a lot of anything else offensively. But the home runs are enough.
You get 50% of your runs with a home run ball. That tells you that you can struggle. You got a chance. And Trevor Cahill right now is completely out of whack.
Well, he gave up a line drive to Jeter on bad location. Granderson just missed one. Teixeira homered, and Rodriguez with a walk.
And you can look up and down the lineup, and sure, you can look down to Nick Swisher, Gardner, and Cervelli, bottom three in the batting order, but they are a potent lineup. Trevor in his last three starts here, the numbers 0-2. No decision, and the two losses, and really I'd say that's kind of a period of time where we have been accustomed to seeing him pitch so well, and location of his pitches, changing pitches so well. But he's going through that stretch where it's a little bit of a struggle for him to make the quality pitches, and it's shown already in the first four batters of today.
Well, Trevor's last three starts, he's 0-2 with a no decision, but he has really not pitched poorly. His ERA in those three starts is 2.84. So, but not sharp in the early going today. And what good pitchers do is they usually do find it, but you just don't want to be too far behind. 1-0 pitch to Robinson Cano, and that one's drilled to right center field, and that's going to be in there for a hit. And the ball bouncing around out on the wall, and Alex Rodriguez is being waved home, and he is safe. The out is at second base where Cano overran the bag. So base running mistake by Cano, but DeJesus and Crisp had some trouble picking the ball up right at the base of the wall, and really that allowed Rodriguez to score.
Gave him a single. That's a double.
Yeah. Jorge Posada.
Well, this ball in the gap, and it's definitely a double. And I think Cano thought the ball was going to go through, so it was DeJesus missing the ball as Cano rounded the bag. He's looking at the third base coach, and the throw came back into the quick tag by Derek Barton, who came over from first base to make the put out. So the second out, rather unconventional, but got it anyway. And David DeJesus could not pick up the ball cleanly. And that's when the throw came back in, and Alex Rodriguez was sent to score.
So Posada is the hitter. So 3 runs for the Yankees here in the first. A single, a double, and a homer. And also a walk, and that walk was Rodriguez, and he just scored. Posada to Willingham and left. Willingham headed toward the corner, still on the run, and he reaches out on the backhand, and he makes the catch. So 3 runs for the Yankees on 3 hits. The A's come to bat in the bottom of the first. So the A's come to bat here in the bottom of the first, and this is the lineup. Crisp, Martin de Jesus, Willingham, Matsui, Suzuki, Ellis, Kuzmanov, and Pennington. And they are going to face the veteran right-hander.
Well, the A's have seen him a lot. Of course, maybe a lot of the players who are facing him not seen him, but throughout his career, Bartolo Colon has had somewhat success, not really, but a .500 record against the Athletics throughout his career. And the big Cleveland, Chicago Angels. Fastball, fastball, fastball. He throws a lot of them, and the A's should expect to see a lot of them today.
First pitch to Crisp is in for a strike. Colon is now 37 years old.
Just had a birthday on the 24th of this month, a little less than a week ago.
He's had a very good career. This is his 13th year in the big leagues. He has won 155 games and lost just 106. So very good career win-loss record. 6-5 against the A's in his career. Oh, 2 pitch to Coco Crisp. So he was signed as a minor league free agent in February, and the Yankees just looking for somebody for the back end of their rotation, and so far I got to believe they're pretty happy with the way Colon has thrown.
Well, Phil Hughes going down didn't help them, and of course Andy Pettit retiring even worse. A veteran, especially a big postseason pitcher. Colon, just a baby in Cleveland, and I remember seeing a picture of him when he was with Cleveland. About 160 pounds soaking wet. He is not that now. But the weight has not hurt him one bit.
Coco bounces one to the right side for Robinson Cano, and that's out number 1. Defensively for the Yankees today, they'll have Gardner in left, Granderson in center, and Swisher in right. It's a pretty good outfield. Rodriguez and Jeter on the left side, Cano, Teixeira on the right side. So lots of gold gloves in that Yankee infield. Francisco Cervelli is the catcher. So 1 out for Derek Barton. Barton swings and misses. 211 with no homers and 13 runs batted in.
When you see Derek Barton swinging a first pitch fastball, you know the scouting report about Bartolo Colon is that he's throwing a lot of fastballs, and there's no reason to sit around and wait for something else.
So you're saying Colon hasn't changed his style in the 13 years he's been in the big leagues?
He wants to establish the fastball, and he's probably 75–80%. Well, there it is, 85% fastballs.
Right there, strike 3 called. So on 3 pitches, Barton strikes out, and that's out number 2. And so 0-2 fastball.
Here it is. Try to hit it if you can, and just right over the top. That's a 4-seam fastball, and went to the corner, but still, that is a perfect location. Tommy Cam showing right over the top. Jim Wolf, who coincidentally, and got to see Dallas Braden up here sometime throughout the day, and got to see him in his camouflage catching the first pitch today, and even with the sling on his left arm, Dallas was catching the first pitch. Joe Wolf was behind the plate in his perfect game last Mother's Day.
So 2 outs for David DeJesus. 247 with 4 home runs for DeJesus. Fastball outside corner called a strike.
You see what Colon is doing. Cervelli's setting up outside, and he's just throwing to the outside part of the plate and basically saying, you haven't hit a lot of home runs, but still, I'm not going to give you a pitch inside part of the plate. I'm going to stay away. And there goes Cervelli again.
And that was probably a strike right there.
Close.
Called the ball by Jim Wolf.
See, Cervelli doing something that as a catcher with 2 strikes on a hitter, you don't want to get down to one knee. I mean, you're relying on the pitcher to have tremendous control, because if there's a ball in the dirt and a swing and miss, it's hard to try to block the ball from the knees. Now he's not doing it. Fastball inside.
Well, right now, and it's only the first inning, but Colon is painting the corner.
Joe Girardi, 4th season managing the Yankees, and Tony Pena, former great catcher and former manager of the Royals, his bench coach.
2-2 pitch to DeJesus, setting up inside, and he hits it toward Teixeira at first. He's got it, and Bartolo Colon has a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the first inning. On to the second. Yankees 3, A's nothing. Joined in the booth by our good friend Dallas Braden. Dallas, great to see you.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Well, we wish you weren't in the sling, but that's a conversation for a different day, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I prefer you to be in your camouflage outfit when you were catching the first pitch. I mean, that was outstanding.
I'm telling you what, that's pretty form-fitting stuff. I don't know how those guys do it. I mean, lugging around the 75-pound packs with the 85-pound boots they got attached to their feet. I mean, hats off. That's a tough ticket.
Well, if you missed our pregame show, Dallas caught out the or caught the ceremonial first pitch in full fatigues. And I said to Ray, I said, you know what? Knowing Dallas, he may wear that home all night into tomorrow because you looked pretty good in the outfit, I thought.
Very comfortable, and it's breathable, very breathable. You know, I felt the mobility, kind of like my uniform. The pants were baggy, everything was good.
And you got down to catch a position with your sling. There you are, a little bit high and outside, but
he was looking to elevate there. He was looking.
There it is.
That's great.
Ow,
the boots, the whole thing, huh?
I do look good, geez.
Yeah, I know. I think that'd be a good outfit. You could drive down in your truck from Stockton.
There you go. Dialed in like a farm boy.
How's Grandma doing, Bob?
She's doing very well.
Lindsay,
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Yes, she stopped by early this morning to let me know she was on her way for another walk. I mean, she walks. Yeah, she walks 4 or 5 miles a day. She walks more than I even want to think about walking.
Well, we miss her chocolate eclairs. I know that. I'm telling you.
She told me to report back to her and let her know if I was going to get any razzing about it, and apparently I am. So now she knows that she's got to get in the kitchen.
One hitter into this inning, so absolutely. We miss all the goodies for sure. And, you know, we beg. You know, I mean, anytime good food comes up, you know, we're not ashamed. I mean, we accept it, and we'll definitely let her know how great they are, which they obviously are. You know that.
She'll dial it in, that's for sure.
But Dallas, special day, Memorial Day, and I know you have kind of bonded with some people in Kuwait. Tell us about that.
Yeah, you know, Specialist Mark Braden of the Bravo Company. They're stationed in Kuwait, running missions over in Iraq. You know, it's a funny story, as they said earlier in the telecast. You know, we are of no relation, just you know, a likeness in the same name. But I think any time that you can kind of connect with somebody literally a world away that understands the idea of team unity and what a team can do. You know, you're able to appreciate it, and from our team to theirs is the biggest and best way that we can say thank you.
And you guys literally switched uniforms, which was pretty cool.
We did, and I tell you what, he looks pretty good in his too. You know,
doesn't quite throw as well as you do, though.
Well, he might be better off now.
No, yeah, but you could throw better with your right arm, right hand, and the left one's in the sling.
Yeah,
but that's great, and it is a special day. And I know, talking to Joe Girardi, managing the Yankees, and everything that happened, unfortunately, 10 years ago this September, and you know, and especially in New York. But there's no doubt the service people, what they do to protect us is just unbelievable, and we have been protected since that horrible day in 20.
They have. They really are, without a doubt, the unsung heroes of day in and day out life. Yeah. You know, working behind the scenes.
And you know what always amazes me too is how young they are.
Oh, amazing! You saw the gentleman before us earlier this
afternoon.
They
look like they were 15 years old.
Maybe.
Amazing.
All of and off to defend our country,
yeah.
and that's the level of appreciation that we want to convey to them that they aren't necessarily receptive to once they're overseas.
There's a base hit for Francisco Cervelli. So we know, Dallas, that the guys from the U.S. Army's Bravo Company Task Force in Kuwait are watching this game. What message would you like to send to those gentlemen who are, like I said, watching today?
First off, I just want to say hello, fellas. Thanks for everything you guys do. It's very much appreciated on our end, everywhere back home. Glad you could enjoy the ball game today. Go out there, keep your head low, stay safe, and get back soon, and we love you.
That's great.
And we echo that.
And it's interesting, you said keep your head low. That's a good point. A great point. Hold your head up high, but keep your head down low.
Always.
Yeah. No, that's a great message, and let's just hope they can get a better game than what they've seen in the first inning. Yankees are the Yankees, aren't they?
They are. You know, they're a formidable lineup. You know, you go up and down that entire lineup, and there's no let up. There really is. You know, starting with the captain and working on down through the power part.
That's a pretty good lineup right there too, though.
Yeah, Bravo Company.
looks like a hardy one.
You know what is great about, you see pitchers like that, and you talk about like guys having a game face in baseball. That's a game face right there.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's
what I'm saying?
And that's no game.
Yeah,
and that is no game.
Well, and also the group of, and I didn't see any young ladies, I know that were sworn in prior to today's ball game, and they're marching on. They see the soldiers who have been in Iraq, Afghanistan, or whatever it might be, and now that's maybe something in the future they're going to be doing. They're at Dallas. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Dallas, I know you travel a lot during the off season. Have you ventured into places that may be that you would like to go that haven't, I guess the best way to put it, but I don't know you want to be on the front line.
Yeah, no. You know, the traveling I do is definitely just to try to you know, appreciate what else is going on in my world. And as hectic as my world can get here between the lines, it's good to kind of get back and take a break. I'm going to be headed to Hawaii the day after tomorrow, just to kind of relax and get away from what I've been dealing with mentally, and get ready to get back on the horse when I get home, because it's a long road ahead. And you know, I don't want it to be as bumpy as it can be if it doesn't have to be.
Well, let me interrupt you by saying Kurt Suzuki just did something that you'd never like to see, and that's assume a strike is a strike, but you're playing the Yankees. And I hate to say it, but strike zones are different. And I'm sure you as a pitcher, now this pitch was called a ball. Runner was running. Where is it?
That's just tough luck. You know, it's funny. I actually had an at-bat against Jeter a couple years ago.
Finish the story when we come back. Dallas, Braden, and we'll continue our chat with Dallas in just a moment. 3-0 Yankees. Our guest, the perfect game.
What was the count?
Pretty sure it was 2-2.
And unfortunately, it wasn't. Our force didn't matter. You threw a strike. Oh, what a special day. We know it was for you, but just for us as well, being up here, and still getting goosebumps just thinking about saying a perfect game.
And Landon still won't let me forget that I ran over to Barton instead of him.
That one's drilled to right center. Nobody's going to get it. It's off the wall. And the hot-hitting Josh Willingham has a leadoff double. Well, we thank you all the time.
Absolutely.
Because it allowed us to do something that very few announcers get to do. Announce a perfect game.
And Josh Willingham, fastball hitter, and watch the first three batters. He's going to throw the first pitch. I'll jump on it. And he's going to swing the bat. Why not? Ball almost made it out. Get the walk Xfinity sign, but lead off double.
So that'll bring up Hideki Matsui.
Well, you know, you talk about Landon Powell, but I think you've taken care of him. What you sent his wife to Hawaii as a thank you, and
yes,
January.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I sent them both to Maui to just to let them know that, you know, I still got some love for him. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. No, that's quite a gesture, and been more than accommodating, and just something that can never take away.
No, sir.
And one guy talking about 15 minutes of fame. Well, I think he had a little bit more than 15 minutes after the comment, considering the perfect game.
We'll keep that clock ticking.
That's right. It is a special mound, though, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful.
It's sacred for you guys. You know?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just a you know what? That's where we get our work done. That's our office. That's you know, you don't go knocking on Einstein's library door to try to see what he's up to out there. You just leave him alone and let him go about his thing. I'm no Einstein, but you know what? That's my work area, as well as, I mean, you know, just like it is Bartolo's right now. Yeah. That's his work area. He's going to work, and you know, there's just a level of respect had for that.
And Jim Wolf was the home plate umpire in your perfect game.
That one very close. Called the ball. 1-2.
Jim will never ever live down the fact that he called strike 3 on strike 2 twice. You know, once in a game you get, you know, but all of a sudden it's twice. You know, I said, wait a minute, Jim, that's strike 2, and you're pumping it like it's strike 3.
He was ready for it too, Foss.
Exactly. He knew what was coming. That's how perfect you were.
Little pop-up foul territory. Rodriguez in front of the A's dugout makes the catch. So Matsui cannot get the runner over or in, and he's retired. And that'll bring up Kurt Suzuki. That's right. I mean, when you walk back to the dugout after an inning, are you stepping on third base? I don't believe you are.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Come on.
That's just not what I do. I've got my own route.
It would be a little bit out of the way, but you see what I'm saying.
Dallas, there's no doubt as a pitcher, and just watching you perform, I don't think there's anybody that takes the mound any better than you with the confidence. No matter who's you're facing, you're going to win. You're going to have a good game. What is the mindset for a pitcher? What should it be facing a team that superstars, the Yankees, the Hall of Famers, the Gold Gloves, they do everything? Granted, it possibly is different, but what should a pitcher do? How should he approach it?
Well, I think the biggest component is not factoring in the name on the back of the jersey and understanding that the work that you have put in throughout your work week is without a doubt going to be enough to get the job done. You're playing the game. You know, they tell golfers to play the course. You're not playing the field. You know, just play the track. And that, I think the sentiments can be echoed here for our sport as well. The game dictates itself a lot throughout the game on what should be done. You know, running counts, what pitches to throw and what counts, runners in scoring position, things of that nature. But if you've put together a solid plan and a solid work ethic throughout the week, the hitter is a non-factor. When a pitcher executes his pitch with effective velocity in a desired location, he renders the hitter a non-factor. It doesn't matter if he's wearing number 3 with New York across the front or number 103. If you execute and you're confident, you'll come out on top more times than not.
You ought to say that into a microphone again. That is kind of waxing pitching philosophy right. That was good.
Dallas can do it with the best
That
of
was
them.
beautiful. Suzuki swings and misses, and that's out number 2.
The second strike that was called, or maybe the first strike that was called, because it started 1-0. That set up the advantage for Kurt Suzuki to swing uncharacteristically at 2 pitches out of the strike zone. Because a 2-seamer came back, was called a strike, could have been called a ball. It was not. But from Trevor Cahill's standpoint, giving up 3 in the first inning, settled down and got through the second. But from his standpoint, after the first, is it from him going in and himself saying, okay, what's the big deal? It's just another ball game. Let's just pitch it like you normally can.
That's exactly what it is. It's coming in and continuing to have that short memory, that very quick memory that as athletes we need to maintain. And that's you know, it's him going out there understanding he hit a few speed bumps, but finishing it up and giving the boys a chance to hang around.
So the A's do not score. Dallas, thanks for joining us. Have fun in Hawaii, but don't forget about us, all right?
Will do.
All right.
Make sure
Dallas Braden has been our guest.
Work that arm with the sand.
All right, fans, it's now time for the Capital Corridor Quiz. Kelly's holding the prize over here, and we have train tickets on the Capital Corridor.
top of the third inning. Big crowd today, close to a sellout. We were told it would get close, maybe not quite there, but it's pretty darn close.
Some seats down the outfield second deck in the upper parts that not quite filled.
So Granderson, Teixeira, and Rodriguez, and that's the heart of the order. Granderson hit a long fly ball to right field. DeJesus caught on the warning track. So Curtis Granderson, one of the baseball's early stories so far with his 16 home runs. This one's bounced right back to Cahill. Lobs it, and Barton grabs it, steps in the bag, and that's one out.
You look in the first inning, Derek Barton, a base hit by Jeter in the air to center field, and a long fly by Granderson, a long fly by Teixeira. Line drive in the air by Cano, and a fly ball. So he's a ground ball pitcher, and all of a sudden too many pitches elevated to get the fly ball outs, and one out of the, well, into the seats anyway for a home run. But now he's settled down. 2 ground ball outs last inning, one off the inning bat to Granderson. So Trevor Cahill right now is a starting pitcher, but he has to be his own long man. Try to just hold the Yankees down right now. Pitch effectively enough to give them the 3 runs in the first and shut them down.
That pitch is a strike to Teixeira. Teixeira, the 2-run homer in the first inning, his 16th of the year. Teixeira's got a milestone coming up as well.
Okay, the changeup he just swung and missed is the same changeup he hit. Elevated, got up a little bit, and he just went down and raked it into right field. And Trevor just throwing a great one.
Teixeira is 9 home runs away from 300 in his career. He's not in Alex Rodriguez territory, but he's A-Rod, and that one's drilled to right. DeJesus is back near the wall, and he's got just enough room, and that is out number 2.
Well, he is hot. He is swinging the bat so well. I thought that one had a chance. That was more of a 2-seam fastball, not the changeup, but had a chance to talk to Mark Teixeira on batting practice. We were talking yesterday about Buck Showalter and how he helps young guys, and he confirmed he started his major league career 0 for 16, and he said he credits Buck Showalter for having the confidence in him and just kept him going, and he hit the home run off Ted Lilly, and that got his career started. And he said Buck Showalter was the best at being able to handle young guys and trust and believe that they could be good players. And he's a perfect example because Mark Teixeira is a superstar.
One and one to Alex Rodriguez. That one's grounded toward Pennington, ranging to his left. He's got it, and a 3-up, 3-down inning for Trevor Cahill. And Trevor needed that. Bottom of the third coming up. 3-0 New York.
serving as a machine gunner with 1st Battalion, 5th Marines in Afghanistan. Thank you for your support. Go A's.
Well, thank you for your support.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to put it. On Troops Direct Day here at the Overstock.com Coliseum. It's Dayton McConnell who threw out the first pitch to Dallas Braden. He airmailed a little bit, but that's all right. He's got more important things to worry about than throwing a strike there. Kuzmanov hits it hard, but right to Teixeira, and that's out number 1. So that'll bring up Cliff Pennington.
Shortstop, number 2, Cliff Pennington.
Pennington's been a hot hitter for the Athletics. Got the average all the way up to 259. Got 13 hits in his last 31 at-bats, and that is the 8-game hitting streak. Cologne drops a little slider.
Yep. It's
the get it in slider.
Well, it's something other than a first pitch fastball, and he did throw it for a strike. You simmer in.
Will pop up toward Jeter, and he's got it. 2 outs.
USAA would like to recognize our American military members here at the stadium today, and there are a bunch, and we welcome them and thank them for their service. Which I think, to me, you have seats at the Coliseum that come on down. Just come on and watch baseball when you have a chance.
Coco takes up and away. He grounded out in the first inning.
Listen, Connie, the cookie lady, knows I like oatmeal raisin cookies. What's the big deal? It says oatmeal raisin for Ray.
Mr. Special Order over here. Huh?
Well,
you deserve that. It's a good A's fan there. Got the alternate gold jersey on.
It's a Reggie Jackson helmet. Reggie, of course, working for the Yankees, and he was in uniform during batting practice.
Did you talk to him?
Absolutely. I was talking about great Reggie Jackson, Mr. October for a reason. And I always said, as a pitcher, I'd give the baseball to Catfish Hunter for a big win. And for the biggest hit, the biggest game, Reggie Jackson, number 9. Put the bat in his hand. You got a pretty good chance to do something.
1-2 pitch, a fastball at 95 miles an hour, and Crisp strikes out. So that's the 3rd strikeout for Cologne. 3-0 Yankees after 3.
Detroit X2 by Motorola with a dual core processor.
concrete. It's what America's made of. Well, the sun has come out, and it's a very nice day at the ballpark. And the Yankees with a 3-0 lead, and it is fourth inning, and Robinson Cano goes after the first pitch, and Mark Ellis takes care of that. So that's how the top of the fourth gets started. 5 in a row retired by Trevor Cahill, so looks like he has started to settle down just a little bit.
Now batting, number 20, Jorge Posada.
And that'll bring up Jorge Posada. 267 career home runs for Jorge Posada. But a little controversy this year as Posada really struggling with the 174 batting average. And the problem is, as a right-handed hitter, he is 0 for 26. And I read a little bit about the Yankees last night, and it sounded like when it comes to the DH spot against a left-handed pitcher, Posada's probably not going to be in there.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow night.
And the next night.
And Wednesday afternoon, exactly.
But Joe Girardi was talking about, he feels like it's a chance when a left-hander's on the mound where I could give Alex Rodriguez a half day off and DH him, or Derek Jeter the same thing, which, well, you know what, it makes sense.
Also having a pretty good night had him Andrew Jones, who
that's right,
is a very good player and has done an exceptional job for the Yankees. A proven veteran, whether it be a Gold Glove outfielder or a hitter, there's veteran Jones.
Changeup floats outside, so full count to Posada. Swisher in the on-deck circle.
Tell you what, in defense of that man, Jorge Posada, a great catcher throughout his career and catching so many World Championship teams and games.
Strike 3 call. That changeup dropped into the strike zone.
Well, it's kind of a two-seam changeup that started inside, and right there is where Jorge froze, and he was hoping the ball would not tail back, but it did. And all you can do is tip your hat. Great pitch. And see the height of that pitch. Remember the one that Suzuki did not throw earlier when he thought the pitch was down the middle? Well, that's the same pitch that was called a ball. This time it was a strike.
Here's Swisher, and he swings and misses. Swisher does not chase that time. Swisher bounced out to Barton, his first at bat. A 6 in a row now, retired by Trevor Cahill. He's ready to go, huh?
Well, he knows that he's got a chance to get some run support, which he already has today before he even took the mound. 3 runs on the board. He's trying to get to the 500 mark with a record.
Usually a pitcher takes his hat off, puts a towel on his head. No. Let's go. Feeling good.
You know, it's the camera.
Yeah, had a hot dog before the game. I'm fine. Got good stuff.
That's a great shot. He's just playing right into the camera.
That's right. Do not take yourself too serious. That's it.
Now, we've seen some guys, and I think of Adrian Beltre, who tried to put a towel over that camera down in the dugout.
I don't think Bartolo Colon's worried about too much, Benny.
I think he's just happy to be back playing Major League Baseball.
Swisher, a 3-2 changeup, and Swisher takes it.
A's have teamed up with Wells Fargo to support our local schools. Bring your new school supply donation worth $5 or more to Friday home games, and you'll get a 2-for-1 field level ticket option. The Wells Fargo and Oakland A's school supply drive at every Friday home game this season through mid-September, teaming up to make a difference.
So here's Gardner with Swisher at first with the 2-out walk.
It's tough to fool Nick Swisher. He is a very patient hitter.
Ellis reaches up, grabs the line drive, side retired. Runner left, bottom of the fourth coming up. It'll be Barton, DeJesus, and Willingham. In the team's first 50 games. Give the answer in just a little bit. So Barton, DeJesus, and Willingham. Barton struck out looking in the first inning, one of 3 strikeouts by Cologne. He has a strikeout in each of the first 3 innings. Two and 0. Just 34 pitches thrown by Cologne so far. Check swing, just got a piece of it.
Cervelli doing the catching, and of course Russell Martin has done a fantastic job for the Yankees, and with Jorge Posada doing most of the DHing after a catcher, being a catcher throughout his career, and Russell Martin has definitely stepped in, but he fouled the ball off his left toe. His scratch, a late scratch. He was supposed to be in the game today, so Cervelli stepped in. I tell you, for Jorge Posada, when you have caught your whole career and you're thinking about catching, and all of a sudden you have to just hit and DH, it's a much different chore.
Here's our Farmers Insurance report card. The majors and the military. Of course, our old friend Bob Feller, who passed away, he was Chief Petty Officer in the U.S. Navy, and to say he was proud of it would be an understatement.
That's right.
Some of the other notables. And you start thinking about Ted Williams and Willie Mays, and well, you start thinking about career numbers.
Yeah.
And it becomes part of the. Willie Mays missed a couple of years, and he finished with 660 home runs.
They played at Candlestick.
Yeah, exactly.
So you combine those two, and that's a lot more home runs he could have hit.
1-0 to DeJesus, who bounced out to Teixeira. His first at bat. He rips this one down the right field line, and it is foul. Very close.
Got to really enjoy the aggressiveness, though, from David DeJesus. 1-0 count. Got the fastball just a little bit too quick, and unfortunately didn't see any chalk flying.
Willingham in the on-deck circle. Just missed off the plate. Cologne has really been right around the plate today. Not walked anybody. And a few breaking balls.
Well, the key in facing a guy that throws would have been 90s with a fastball. You get for the fastball, but you can also recognize the spin, and as DeJesus did on a slider, 2-1 out of strike zone, so he took it. Now he can look fastball.
Skied foul.
If you're going to look fastball, you better look away. Smart pitchers throw the fastball, try to get hitters to pull an outside pitch, whether you're lefty or righty. You end up hitting the biggest part of the diamond, you better be very strong if you're going to hit it out. He's very fortunate Thursday. Russell Brandon wasn't quite strong enough to hit it straight out to center field. Came close. It's time to go inside with the fastball, 3-2.
And he got him inside corner. Strikeout number 4. And a pretty good pitch. Well, it's Troops Direct Day at the ballpark. That gentleman right there in the middle is Aaron Nierbaum. He is the founder and the president of Troops Direct, so a big day for him. And he's also my brother-in-law, so we're pulling for him today. He spent a huge amount of time getting this great thing going called Troops Direct. And if you have any questions, go to troopsdirect.org, the website, helping out our soldiers who are active, getting them supplies that are badly needed. And as I said before, we're not talking about guns and ammunition here. We're talking about the basics. And he's done an absolutely terrific job.
Well, a great Diamond Vision presentation showing exactly what Troops Direct is all about. And he did a very nice job doing explaining. And when you're a founder of something, you do it right, and he's definitely done it right. And for his great efforts.
Willingham doubled in the second inning, and that is the only hit for the A's. He chops this one slowly toward Jeter. Jeter flicks it to first. Side retired. So a 3-up, 3-down inning. That is 9 in a row retired by Bartolo Colon.
Hey fans, I'm with the Matusik family from Liverpool.
Plaza Club at only $104. It includes $10 of jumbo ticket added value for each game. The jumbo ticket added value can be used for concessions and merchandise throughout the ballpark. For tickets, go to Oakland Athletics Pregame.com. Father's Day weekend here at the Coliseum against the San Francisco Giants.
Top of the 5th inning, and the Yankees with a 3-0 lead, and Francisco Cervelli, as they used to say, gets flipped, as that pitch was way up and in. So Cervelli's going to regroup.
Unfortunately for him, he moved late. He didn't move. And I don't know if he thought the ball was going to break away from him, but he kind of stood there. And maybe his heart's pounding so much he could not get up, and how the boy had hit him. Look, that's how late he moved. The ball was past him before he actually hit the ground. It's a two-seam fastball that just ran inside.
Cervelli had a base hit and a stolen base in the 2nd inning.
And that wasn't the first pitch saying, if you're a catcher and you're going to steal a base against me. Should have been more to the home plate umpire for calling the pitch a ball, which is strike down the middle to Derek Jeter.
Slowly hit toward Ellis, and he waits for a good hop, and that is out number 1. True story brought to you by McDonald's. This was 1995. On this date, that's Derek Jeter, and that's his first major league hit. A young Derek Jeter off Tim Belcher, and it was in the 5th inning. He's had a few since then, including one today. Give him 2,981.
Tim Belcher, now the Cleveland Indians pitching coach, with much different color hair. 95 giving up the first hit. Who will be giving up hit number 3,000? It will not be Tim Belcher.
Well, that one not close. Well, when Jeter gets the hit, he will become the 28th player to have 3,000 hits. The last guy to do it was Craig Biggio in 2007. So Jeter is at some point going to get. I guess the question then is, who's the next guy after Jeter? I looked at some of the numbers, Ray. Ivan Rodriguez, 2,833. So he's got, what, 160 or so to go. He's going to have to play a couple more years because he's not really playing that much with the Washington Nationals.
Well, which means the San Francisco Giants might acquire him, because there was talk that his name was being dangled around a little bit, and if he's not catching that much, the Giants with Buster Posey, season over, they might try to do something.
Jeter with the walk. Omar Vizquel has 2,819 hits, and he's kind of in the same boat. He's going to have to play a lot, and you know, Omar's playing probably half the time. That would be my guess.
Now batting, number 14, Curtis Granderson.
Alex Rodriguez will get it.
Yeah, he may be the next guy because he has 2,723 hits. Obviously, he's going to play every day.
And it's just a matter of how many of those hits will be home runs, because he's going to be the all-time home run leader before his career is over.
Those are the active guys. Goes, how about this? This is a name for you, Ray. Johnny Damon. 2,624 hits. So he's a little ways away. But Johnny Damon gives you no clue that he wants to stop playing. And he's still a pretty good hitter.
Well, he's playing in the American League where he can DH. Yeah. And that's really the beauty, and why Edgar Martinez, although he spent the majority of his career as a DH, designated hitter, and I think his first ballot came up this year, did not make it, but there is a possibility. Some writers will look at a player who primarily a DH throughout his career and figure he doesn't play both sides of the baseball defensively, then maybe it doesn't warrant putting him in the Hall of Fame early in his eligibility, but still it's a possibility. That guy will go first ballot when he ever retires. Alex Rodriguez.
Granderson swings and misses, and that's the strikeout second for Cahill.
If there's ever possible to have a do-over, I think Trevor Cahill would like to have one.
Number 25.
What he did in the first inning compared to what he's done since. One hit, a couple of walks since the first inning when he gave up a two-run home run to this guy. And that was following a leadoff single by Jeter.
Teixeira after the home run. He was in the first. Flied out deep to right field in the third. He's sort of locked in.
Yes, he is. He's got an open stance, which if he kept that stance, it would be conducive to Yankee Stadium. But he does close up as the ball is approaching, but then puts everything into a swing. That's why he was able to go down and take a change up at shoe tops and hit it for a home run. No doubt it.
He pops this one up. Suzuki. And Kirk makes the catch. And the side is retired. So Jeter with the 1-out walk. But that'll do it for the Yankees. 3-0 New York. Bottom of the fifth coming up. It'll be Matsui, Suzuki, and Ellis on Memorial Day here at the Coliseum. Matsui fouled out to the third baseman in the second inning. First pitch is a strike. So Bartolo Colon has retired 9 in a row.
Jack come up to the little broadcasting with his sister.
Yeah. Got to keep an eye out. They're arguing already. They've been in the booth for about 20 seconds.
Well, I think. Go ahead, Kai. If you could,
I got it.
Take care of the kids. I'll take care of the broadcasting.
Hey, whiz.
Jack wanted the whole stool. He wanted the whole chair. He didn't want to share it.
Never seen that before. It's a 1-1 the count to Matsui. Matsui pops it up shallow right. And it's going to be Swisher. So right there, pretty good fastball. Got in, and Matsui couldn't get to it. Time now for our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. Why does Matsui go between the dugout and the clubhouse while he's not hitting? Jared from Danville wants to know.
Well, he's not going up to get some food in the A's clubhouse. He is going to the batting cage. There's a indoor batting cage here at the Coliseum, as is usually the case in every stadium. Of course, most stadiums are new, and they have very nice indoor batting cages. But Hideki will go upstairs and probably try to stay loose as much as possible. We had Josh Willingham on yesterday talking about trying to do something to stay loose while he's the designated hitter. Well, Matsui has been the DH enough. He's got pretty much a routine that he goes through to try to stay loose, getting ready for his next bat.
Well, listen, if you were the DH, I don't know that you'd want to just sit in the dugout, right? I mean,
can't do it.
Get cold or get stiff, whatever.
Sometimes they might go up and see Adam Roden, take a look at their bats on video. You know, Brian Davis always puts out a nice spread, a lot of good food, and I mean, you could gain a lot of weight if you're DH, and all you did is go up to the clubhouse in between at bats and eat.
Yeah, go to the batting cage. Just don't go into the kitchen.
Yeah, just go straight past. Cliff Clavin usually does the cooking on night games. James Clark comes in to do the omelets and all the breakfasts on day games. And Steve Vucinich, of course, provides all of it on the home side. Even Ruben's making quesadillas now, so they got everything.
Swing and a miss. So that's that good fastball from Bartolo Colon. A's Baseball and Comcast Sports at California is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Cache Creek's Heat Wave giveaway. Win cash prizes, match play, and more every day. Visit CacheCreek.com for details. So strikeout number 5. He's got 1 in each inning, does Colon. They mentioned Phil Hughes on the disabled list. Freddie Garcia in the rotation. So Colon's pitched very well. A.J. Burnett, C.C. Sabathia. It's hard to imagine the Yankees not at least attempting to find a starting pitcher in a trade somewhere, which is possible.
Brian Cashman, the general manager, will probably go with what they have until they think they might need something.
Swisher was playing shallow, so he's got a long run, but he tracks it down in right center field. So Colon has now retired 12 in a row. Team's first 50 games. Should have known. Maris and Mantle in 1961, and that was a pretty good year for both those guys. A little stressful for Roger Maris, unfortunately, but he did set the record.
54 and 61, 54 for Mantle, I think, and 61 for Roger Maris. Sadly, though, most people wanted Mickey Mantle to break the record, or at least to pass the great Babe Ruth, 60.
You know, just reading about Maris, you know, I mean, you almost feel bad that he couldn't enjoy it a little bit, because everything I've heard is it was very stressful.
Oh, very. Hair was falling out.
Kuzman off, and the edge of the infield grass throws out Alex Rodriguez, and that's out number 1.
It was a great movie, 61.
It was good, yeah.
Very, very good movie. But Roger Maris ended up going to the St. Louis Cardinals. And unfortunately, there was an asterisk beside the 61, because it was done on a 162 game schedule instead of 154, which is what Babe Ruth was done. And I'm trying to think which commissioner removed the asterisk.
Well,
it was done, which it should have been.
Who was the commissioner before Bowie Kuhn?
Yeah, I know. I
can't think of it.
He was with the Olympic.
Peter Ueberroth? Oh, Ueberroth
right.
did.
Okay. Ueberroth did, yeah. I mean, 61-61. I don't care how many games it takes you to do it.
That's right.
I think the commissioner during the time Babe Ruth, said, hey, there's no way you can do that, but took the extra games. But the pressure alone to hit 61. You talk about murderer's row.
And Roger Maris was a Kansas City Athletic, right?
And a Cleveland Indian.
Barton gets a big hop, and he'll take it himself. Cano is retired. So 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Be sure before, during, and after the game to log on to CSNCalifornia.com for A's insider Paul Gutierrez wall-to-wall coverage of your Oakland Athletics. In-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, breaking news, and scouting reports all season long. CSNCalifornia.com, your interactive home for A's baseball. There's Paul. We're working hard. First pitch to Posada is a breaking ball that drops in first round.
That's the amazing part. I think as Dallas Braden said, Trevor Cahill in the dugout said, I'm betting this. Settle down. And he's pitched great.
The only hit after the first inning is Cervelli's 2-out single. He walked Swisher, he walked Jeter. And he's been very good. Unfortunately, the first inning counts.
Well, as I said, they had to fly over the F-18s and maybe you could get a do-over.
Yeah, I wish.
Unfortunately, it's not going to work. That was a great sight, and the booming sound of the F-18s flying over after the completion of the Star Spangled Banner. Before a sellout crowd, 35,067. Mike Selleck making the announcement. And when that number is given, you know it's a sellout. Should be. People will have a chance to come and watch baseball today, and maybe afterwards have a barbecue. CC Sabathia is going to do that. It's from Vallejo, and I guess he was supposed to pitch today, but because of here it comes. That's what it sounded like, and you talk about some power. There they are. Hey, we will not see CC Sabathia in this series, but there's a lot of talk about his weight loss, noticeably different. And there's the big man from Vallejo, and said he'll be heading to have a nice barbecue after the game today. 6-3, the win coming yesterday in Seattle. Got some run support. He's the man that took the ball every 5th day, and as he did in Milwaukee, straight from the innings, took it every 4th day. And helped the Brewers go into postseason before he signed with the Yankees. But a nice gentleman. There's nobody better than big CC Sabathia. It's one of those guys you look at, you see the size, and you worry, and then all of a sudden you talk to him, you say, he's the nicest guy in the world.
Yep.
And he is. The weight loss is noticeable, and he said it makes him feel a lot better. And he's in great shape.
Hit hard, but Barton has it. And that will do it. So Trevor Cahill, a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It'll be Kuzminoff, Pennington, and Crisp.
A's fans, watch the A's post-game radio show live.
Coors Light Freeze Can.
Third baseman, number 5, Braden.
Coors Light Freeze Can is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Bottom of the 6th inning, it's the Yankees 3 and the A's nothing. The A's are trying to figure out Bartolo Colon, and they haven't been able to do it yet. Josh Willingham led off the 2nd inning with a double. Since then, he has retired 12 in a row. And that hit by Willingham, the only hit in the game for the A's. So Colon, the story right now. 1-1 the count to Kevin Kuzminoff, who bounced out to Teixeira. That was in the 3rd inning. And Kuzminoff with a leadoff single.
Be sure to enter the Farmers Insurance Group sweepstakes for your chance to throw out the ceremonial first pitch if you batting practice. And enjoy the game with 5 of your closest family and friends. Enter at OaklandAthletics.com/farmers today through tomorrow, May 31st, for your chance to win. So Pat, you figured out your 2 wonderful children were up here, so that's 2 friends.
Yeah.
Brother-in-law Aaron, wife.
That's 4.
Trying to find one more.
You, 5.
Oh, that's right. Uncle Ray. That's right. I forgot.
I mean, it's if I can't count on you, who can I count on outside of my family?
Where happened to Jack? Where'd he go?
He's cotton candy, and that's all he needs right now. Some cotton candy.
Right, just seeing him, and that's that. Yeah. Well, good news for Trevor Cahill. Unlike his start in San Francisco in a National League Park, he's in American League Park. He doesn't have to leave. He's pitching well enough that with some run support, he can stay in the game. You don't have to worry about being taken out for a pinch hitter. Guys get accustomed to pitching in American League Parks, and all of a sudden you go to National League Park and you're pitching great, and all of a sudden you're gone. That's what the National League pitchers have to deal with all the time. Unless their clubs give them enough run support, they can stay in the game.
Want to know to Pennington, who popped out to Jeter in the 3rd.
Saw those pickoff moves by Bartolo Colon. As big as he is, he has a quick move to first base and also a nice slide step that when he throws to the plate, he does not lose anything velocity wise.
Again, foul ball left side. This one just past the A's bullpen. The Royals are leading the Angels 6-3 in Kansas City in the 4th inning. That's the first of a 3-game series. Irvin Santana against Luke Ochever. That's the starting pitching matchup. Eric Hosmer, the very, very fine rookie first baseman, has homered for the Royals. Pennington takes just a bit inside.
So Brett Gardner in left field. Talk about playing shallow and expecting Pennington, if he hits, where he is right there, and extremely shallow. We saw the Orioles outfielders playing shallow, but Brett Gardner, great speed. Anderson in center also with the speed, but Pennington just get in front and want to pull it. Right center, right field.
That may be the newest, shallowest I've seen a left fielder play.
I remember seeing right fielders when Mike Bordick hit. They were playing behind the second baseman, and he tried his best and usually accomplished it trying to get out in front and pull the ball.
Pennington rips that one to right field, but Swisher trots back and he's got it. So 1 out, and we'll head to the top of the order in Coco Crisp.
And usually as a hitter, you always look and see where the outfielders, the defense is shading you. You have to think they want to try to pitch him away and let him hit the ball in left field. But Colon threw him an 89-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball that really didn't have the location he wanted. Just unfortunate Pennington could not hit it in the gap in right center.
Crisp, a ground out and a strikeout so far. The Mariners are leading the Orioles 4-1 in the 5th inning. Arrieta for the Orioles, Pfister for the Mariners.
They probably couldn't wait to get out of Oakland.
Yeah, they were ready. Texas Rangers are in Florida to take on the Tampa Bay Rays. That game will get started in about an hour. It'll be Holland and Davis pitching matchup there. For the Rangers, that's the start of a road trip, but it's also the start of a stretch race. 17 of their next 20 are on the road. So Texas is in one of those stretches where you kind of look at the schedule and you think just survive, because 17 of 20 on the road is a long stretch.
Just think for them, they get out of Texas where it rains all the time.
Yeah.
Delays and tornadoes threats, so they're in Tampa where they don't have to worry about rain tonight in this series. The Tampa Bay Rays playing very well under their manager Joe Madden. It's a team that started poorly, like the Boston Red Sox, but both teams top the division now. Very tight Eastern Division of the American League.
Coco takes outside, so the count is 2-1. Just 67 pitches thrown by Cologne with 1 out in the 6th inning, so that is a pretty good pitch count. He's only gone over 100 twice, 103 and 102.
Got an outfield playing very shallow, center and left. And Coco Crisp has a little bit more power than people expect considering his size, but he can drive the ball.
Swisher playing about normal in right field. Derek Barton will be next. Crisp was 3 for 8 in that series against the Baltimore Orioles over the weekend. These saw their offense start to click a little bit.
I should say it clicked from 6th inning on, because trying to get to Bartolo Colon. He's veteran pitcher, got 3 runs in the 1st inning, and he has dealt with that, just figuring that he's going to challenge guys, which he did early. Trevor Cahill's settled down, given up nothing in the last 5.
Grounded toward Alex Rodriguez, out at 2nd, and there'll be no throw to 1st, so a fielder's choice, 2 outs. A's Baseball at Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by USAA, proudly serving the financial needs of the military, veterans, and their families. USAA.
First baseman, number 10, Derek Barton.
So 2 outs with Crisp now at 1st, and Derek Barton is the hitter. Barton struck out in the 1st, lined out to Teixeira in the 4th. Swing and a miss. See, that time Colon, no fastball, but just turned it over a little bit.
At 90, his 4-seam fastball, 93-94, but the 2-seamer, you're right. It, the time that he was pitching, the Angels, White Sox for a while, but I mean, he just basically challenged guys. He said, how does this guy get away with it? But he's smart enough that he has excellent control with his 4-seam fastball, and then turns it over to get the movement on his fastball, and an occasional slider to change it.
Hey, he's got a Cy Young, right?
Yes, he does.
A couple 20-win seasons. Won the Cy Young in 2005 with the Angels. He went 21-8 with a 3.48 ERA.
That's when the Angels and Arte Moreno, their owner, signed Bartolo Colon, Vladimir Guerrero. It was one of the big signings.
Yeah, the pitcher from Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah. Who was hurt a lot.
Right. That's probably why I didn't remember.
Cano ranging far to his right. He's very good at second base, and he gets Barton. Side retired. So we're going to the 7th inning. Yankees 3, A's nothing. Remember this play? Randy Velarde, an unassisted triple play at Yankee Stadium. It was the 11th in Major League history. There are 15 now. There it was. Yeah, simple stuff. Randy Velarde says, thank you very much. That's an unassisted triple play. It was Memorial Day 2000.
Great call by the great Bill King in that play. And the runners are off, and they're all gone. Triple play.
Is that what he said?
That's pretty much it. Well, he just described it perfectly. Velarde tagging this guy, tagging that guy, triple play unassisted.
That's why he's one of the greats.
Yeah.
Swisher takes outside. So it'll be Swisher, Gardner, and Cervelli here in the 7th inning. Big bouncer to Barton, and he'll take it himself. 1 out. But on this date in 1977, Ray, what happened?
1977?
Oh, there it is, baby.
Nobody in the house but Dennis Eckersley pitched a no-hitter.
Look at that scoreboard.
And this camera showed up late. They said, hey, there's a no-hitter going on in the Municipal Stadium. Check them out. That's right, Memorial Day.
May 30th, 1977. Eck was... Gosh, he must have been maybe 22, 23 years old, huh?
A youngster. He was young, but he could pitch. Outstanding starter with over 100 wins, became an even better closer, and got him in the Hall of Fame.
I remember listening to that game and car radio, and back in Wisconsin we could get the Indians games after it got dark. So we picked it up, and every night we picked it up, and about the Indians were at home, get the game about the 3rd inning. And Joe Tate, the great announcer, I remember he said after 8 innings, he said the Indians won and the Angels have nothing.
That's great.
He never said no hitter though. He just said they have nothing.
But you know, as the great Molly Moore said, you have to tell people what's going on.
Yeah.
And if we could control what goes on the field by talking up here, yeah, we wouldn't be up here.
We'd be a lot better off.
Yeah, we'd be someplace else. But it is amazing when a broadcaster happens to mention something about, oh, no hitter through 5 innings. Oh, and then to get a hit. Broadcasters are the ones that caused it. But Dallas Braden, who was our guest earlier, didn't have to worry about it. 27 outs, perfect on Mother's Day.
3-1 pitch is inside. So the very speedy Brett Gardner has a 1-out walk, and he is a major stolen base threat. That's 4 walks by Cahill. So we'll obviously have a little house game now with Gardner at first.
Good to see Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley this weekend. He is doing some work for the Red Sox. He'll be in town over the weekend, and always great to see him from Fremont, California. And for him to come home and pitch to the Oakland A's, Tony La Russa and Dave Duncan, a dream come true for him.
And hey, why not? Let's try you as a reliever.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. And he hated it. He even
really
thought of going to the bullpen. He said, I'm a starter. Come on. 390 saves later.
Yep.
Basically what Tony La Russa said, you throw strikes, we can use you more to come in and pitch an inning to save a game. And he had a tremendous amount of success doing exactly that.
And he was struggling a little bit as a starter.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he was not quite as dominant as he was early years with the Indians and the Red Sox. Want to know the count to Cervelli. 8 stolen bases for Gardner. He's got a good lead. He's got 8 steals, but he's been thrown out 6 times, so that is not a great percentage.
But you have Cervelli, who is the backup to Russell Martin, and you could think Joe Girardi might put the runner in motion and a hit and run.
And again, up and into Cervelli, so he goes down for the 2nd time.
What if he's saying, hey, my name's not Alex Rodriguez or Mark Teixeira.
I'm just a backup catcher, just trying to have some fun.
Yeah, and I wasn't even supposed to be in this game today, and twice I've hit the dirt. Got up shaking his right hand. Looked like he landed on his right shoulder or his hand.
So 2-0. Gardner runs, pitches outside, throw to second base is not in time. So stolen base number 9 for Gardner.
It's amazing that the A's fans are cheering a Yankee stealing a base.
Just doesn't sound right.
Got a great jump, and this throw to the third base side of second, and I don't even know if a perfect throw would have gotten him. The head first slide. He's able to stay on the bag, but Mark Ellis, as always, keeps the tag just in case.
Cervelli with the walk. 5th walk by Cahill, so 2 on, 1 out for the top of the order, Derek Jeter. 102 pitches for Cahill. Ron Romanic's going to trot out. So the Yankees trying to add on to their 3-0 lead. Yankees lead the American League in runs scored, home runs, walks, slugging percentage. 2nd in the league in on-base percentage.
Now batting, number 2.
The next 2 teams that the A's will face, Yankees and the Red Sox, are the top 2 scoring teams in the American League. So a good challenge for the team with the best ERA in the major leagues, the Athletics.
Alex Rodriguez mentioning the Seattle series. They saw 2 of their best, and I told him it's going to be these 3, and he said not surprising. Kind of always sets up that way. But they're good pitchers, but you have to pitch your normal game, even though they are at the Yankees.
Jeter goes after the first pitch and rolls it foul. Jeter singled and scored in the 1st, popped out to 1st in the 2nd inning, then walked in the 5th. So 1 for 2, 19 hits away from 3,000. Gardner, very good lead at second, and he takes off. The pitch is a ball throw to second base, and Cervelli beats that throw. Jeter to third, so a double, or Gardner to third, excuse me, so a double steal. Well, the A's, they probably did the right thing, throwing and trying to get Cervelli, because Gardner got a great jump at second.
Oh, he did get a great jump, and this is a pre-planned play with Mark Ellis covering second base, but Cervelli also knows that he's a trailing runner. He has to get a good jump. He has to run hard, because as a catcher, he knows that there are times that he puts a similar play on. Well, now the infield has to come in.
Outside, 2-1 to Jeter. So 4 stolen bases for the Yankees in this game. 2 by Cervelli.
He's been knocked down twice.
Exactly. Jeter reaches for it. Foul back to the screen.
Trevor Cahill, as we have seen this year, has become a strikeout pitcher. At least get some big strikeouts. None bigger would be right now to get a strikeout with the infield play. Even though Granderson's in the on-deck circle, then Teixeira, then A-Rod, and so it's a tough lineup. But right now, infield and 2 runners on, strikeout would be great.
Fly ball, shallow center. Crisp coming in, still coming in. Gardner's very fast, and he's coming home. The throw is a bit up the line, and Gardner scores. It was a very shallow fly ball, but Gardner very fast, and he scores 4-0.
Well, with 1 out, you see that a lot. Bob Guerin's going to take out Trevor Cahill, but got the pitch inside and thought when Coco kept running in, and he tried to unload as quickly as possible, but that's just the speed. Red Gardner.
So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Your attention.
From Jeter. And Trevor Cahill out of the game. 4 earned runs in 6 1/3. Cervelli still at second, 2 outs. Here's Granderson. Craig Breslow comes in 0-2 with a 4.05 ERA. And Granderson checks his swing, the ball a bit outside. 0 for 3 for Granderson. As John Sterling, the radio announcer for the Yankees, says when Granderson hits a home run, the Grandy man can. So just something for you to chew on here in the 7th inning. John Sterling. the Grandy Man.
He is the man of names, nicknames. He's amazing. But sadly, from the A's standpoint, I mean, 4 hits for the Yankees, but 2 walks have scored. Thanks to a couple of walks this inning and double steal. Shallow fly ball, able to score very fast, Brett Gardner.
So 2-2 now to Granderson. That RBI for Jeter on the sacrifice fly, his 16th of the year. Two pitch. Hit hard to Ellis, who backs up, handles the hard hit ground ball. Side retired. A run. A couple of walks in the sacrifice fly by Jeter. So the Yankees extend their lead to 4-0 as we have reached 7th inning stretch. In special recognition of the military, USAA now represents the singing of God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, now on Memorial Day, please rise and join Marley Scott in singing God Bless America.
God bless America, the land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
A 2-hit shutout through 6 innings. The Yankees have a 4-0 lead. They scored 3 in the first and 1 in the top of the 7th. Colon has not walked anybody, and he has struck out 5. And he pumps a fastball outside corner, a strike to DeJesus. He's had terrific control, and as we've talked about throughout the game, he uses his fastball a lot, and he's throwing it right where he wants to. He's still have a couple chances against him. Off speed pitch, inside corner. It's 0-2. Jesus on the 0-2 pitch fouls it back. He's in a festive mood. Why not on Memorial Day? I hope you're enjoying the holiday. Setting up inside, and Colon hit the target.
Familiar number 40 for Bartolo Colon, and I guess if you could say he had a number between 1 and 10. He had no chance of wearing it with the Yankees, but 40 is a number that has not been retired by the Yankees. So a good number for him.
High fastball, 2-2 to count. Jesus would be followed by Willingham and Matsui. Well, after Derek Jeter's number is retired, I think number 6 is the only one that's still out there. And
Joe Torre's got that one.
I was going to say that may not last much longer either. And then if you want a single-digit number when you come to the Yankees, you can forget about it. Right back to Colon. He grabs it, and that is out number 1.
Now this was Willingham yesterday. A 4-run 5th inning, highlighted by a 3-run home run by Josh Willingham, his 9th of the season, second 3-run home run. There's 2 3-run home runs that have come off the bat of Willingham, and I saw Joe Girardi this morning, and first thing he said, how's my guy and one of the best guys in baseball, Josh Willingham, doing? They were together in Florida, the Marlins, the year that Joe managed in Florida.
Must have not did a very good job there, huh? Did he win manager
of the year? He got fired, so yeah, I'd say he did quite well.
How does that happen? What's going on down there?
It's called ownership or something like that.
On 1 to Willingham, double and a ground out. Willingham now in the top 10 in the American League in RBIs, thanks to this run of knocking in runs that he has been on. Coming into today, 8th in the league in RBIs with 35. This one's lined, and Gardner with a slide makes the catch.
Bart, $2 Wednesdays are back every Wednesday this season. You can get a Plaza Level, Plaza Outfield, or Plaza Reserve ticket for just $2. Take advantage of this offer during some of the biggest matchups of the year with the Rangers, the Angels, the Yankees. That'll be day after tomorrow and more. Get tickets for all Bart $2 Wednesdays at the Coliseum box office by phone 877-493-BALL, and to order online visit oaklandathletics.com. Bart $2 Wednesdays. Let's see, tomorrow is the 31st. Wednesday is the 1st of June. So that would be the next Bart $2 Wednesday. And what a way to come to a baseball game. Jump on Bart.
Get here early.
Bart Station in Dublin. Well, they took forever to build that, but it's open and ready. And well, eventually they'd have it running up the Trace in the valley. That's not the case. A lot of foul territory here. Of course, when we go to Yankee Stadium, we'll show there's absolutely zero foul territory at Yankee Stadium. And Alex Rodriguez chasing after a foul ball off the bat of Matsui. Still had a little room, but very smartly did not continue to run and run in hard at the tarp.
Matsui, foul out, and then a fly ball to right field. So he is 0 for 2. The average at 224. The Royals leading the Angels 6-4. Top of the 6th inning in Kansas City. On the ground to Cano, a big hop. So 3 up, 3 down inning for Bartolo Colon. You get a 2-hit shutout through 7 innings. 4-0 Yankees.
All right, fans, it's now.
Serving as a dog handler with 1st Battalion 5th Marines and sang in Afghanistan. Thank you for your support. Go A's.
Eighth inning, and the A's are trailing 4-0 on Memorial Day. On our troops. Mark Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez, Robinson Cano for Breslow to face. Teixeira, a 2-run homer in the very 1st inning. Telling you that Teixeira is a hot hitter. Well, he's got 7 home runs and 16 runs batted in his last 11 games. That's hot.
Well, you knew he's going to have a very good season, which he normally does, but he usually starts very slowly. He did not start slowly this year.
Yep, you're right.
He's off to a very quick start. Cooled off a little bit, but if he has a good start, which he did this year, and cools off a slight amount of time, but bottom line, he's going to have 30 plus, and who knows, maybe 40 plus by the end of the season. Gold Glove first base, run producer, and is a free agent, signed with the Yankees, and knowing there was going to be a lot of expectations, and he's handled extremely well.
Swing and a miss on 2-2, so Teixeira strikes out. One out here in the 8th inning.
Stayed away from the powerful hitter, and Teixeira reaching for a ball outside.
Rodriguez.
And that's a ball that if he got in Yankee Stadium, he'd probably try to hit the right field because I have a short right field porch.
Rodriguez after the first pitch. You know, in baseball, teams give out long contracts. Some are controversial. I think Teixeira, one of the few guys that you could say if you give him a 7 or 8 year contract, it's going to be $20 million a year, whatever. He would be a guy that I think you'd be okay giving it to because he's young enough. He doesn't miss time. He stays off the disabled list, and he produces.
And they have a pitcher in the same category, and CC Sabathia. And even Alex Rodriguez has got the 10-year contract with the Rangers. Same with the Yankees, extended for another 10.
Again, foul territory. De Jesus, he's not going to get there. Alex Rodriguez just signed through 2017. It'd be fun to read his contract. Is there some stipulations about milestone home runs, and maybe the contract financially gets a little better if he gets 600 or 700?
I think either
record
the 600 and the Mays and every monumental, of course, the ultimate breaking the all-time home run record. There are stipulations in there, but bottom line, he produces, and it's not really all home runs, although today the 2-run home run, and then actually the Yankees manufactured a run. This one, a high fastball, went after it anyway.
Number 24.
Greg Breslow striking out Teixeira and Rodriguez, both hitting from the right side, both very powerful.
So a couple of strikeouts. Breslow gets Teixeira and Rodriguez, and now he'll face Robinson Cano.
You know, there was a site at one time, and I don't know if it's still in existence, but you could go on and see the contracts verbatim. I know there's one that I go to. Well, the one that I used to go to, it's not up and running again,
okay.
but or at least running now. But I mean, they spelled out every word of the contract. And I don't know how they got it, but at the time I remember reading Derek Jeter's when he was on his long-term deal. It was simply, you pay me X number of dollars this year, and that's it.
Yeah.
No stipulations or no bonuses or anything. And there's some guys that feel you pay me the money you're paying me, I'm supposed to be an all-star, the MVP, and all the great things that come with that as being a star player. Jack McDowell won the Cy Young Award. He said they pay me to be a Cy Young Award winner. I'm not getting anything extra. I'm supposed to be this. And that was several years ago.
Yeah, I have a website written down, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it does the same thing. It breaks down all the including general managers' contracts, the manager, bonuses, that type of thing, and it can be interesting.
In fact, they play a song here at the Coliseum in the bottom of the 8th. Years called Dream On, and that's what you do when you read those contracts.
That's exactly what I'm doing when I'm reading them. So if I would have just practiced a little more.
Oh, you're good at what you do, so it doesn't matter. Bartolo's ready to go.
Dream on. It's good to be a baseball player. Put it that way.
That's right.
Line drive. DeJesus coming in, and it bounces over his head and past him. Robinson Cano will round second, and he's going to make it to third with a slide. DeJesus went into a dive. It bounced in front of him, and it looked like it just bounced right over his head.
Well, it should be a 3-base hit because he was trying to make the play. He was not able to, so it's not going to be an error. Could have been a single, but David thought as the ball just seemed to keep carrying and then stopped. I mean, from up here when the ball was hit, it looked like he was going to be able to catch it without even diving, and then all of a sudden he had to go to the ground and try to knock it down. He's wanting another run.
Can't blame him.
Giving up nothing, 2 hits in 7 innings, and he's wanting more runs.
So Cano is at third. We'll wait for the ruling. And here's
triple.
Posada.
It is a triple.
So the triple for Cano.
Isn't that amazing? Breslow strikes out 2 right-handers, and the lefty gets the triple. It would have been a base hit, or could have been.
There's Posada batting right-handed. Remember, we mentioned it earlier. 0 for 26 as a right-handed hitter. And if he gets a hit here, it's not my fault. I'm just reading the numbers.
Still think you can look at Jorge Posada as a great catcher and a very good hitter, and maybe can't catch as much, so they want to make him a DH, and that's hard. Man, as a catcher, you spend all your time thinking about catching, and now let's thinking about his hitting. It's a big change.
Could it take you a year to adjust?
Absolutely, I believe it can. As you think about it, all catchers, there are some of the Yankees in their history, more games caught as Posada right in the middle. It's Bill Dickey, the all-time leader. But remember, you're taught, really regardless of position, but especially as a catcher, that what you do behind the plate you don't think about it hitting and vice versa. Whatever you do at the plate, hitting wise, when you go back to catch, you handle the pitching staff. And so it's a change. And talk about Willingham DHing, and what does he do? It's the same case of Jorge Posada.
Well, and it doesn't help this year that Posada is hitting 174, right. So he's thinking about it a lot. He's 0 for 3 today. Fly ball, strikeout, ground out.
Already a former catcher, he knows.
And Posada swings and misses. Side retired. So a triple. But Breslow strikes out 3. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. 4-0. By your local Toyota dealers. Very first inning. Mark Teixeira, 3 batters into the game. Hits a 2-run homer, his 16th of the year. A couple batters later, Robinson Cano with an RBI double. So the Yankees scored 3 in the very first inning. And that man right there, Bartolo Colon, has been terrific. 7 shutout innings, just a couple of hits allowed. And he has a 4-0 lead. That's your game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. First pitch to Kurt Suzuki is a bit low. Well, the A's have 2 more shots against Cologne and maybe a Yankee bullpen that this year has been good. Yankee bullpen has the best bullpen ERA in the American League. 4-5-0 for the Yankees, 0-2-0 for the Athletics. So the Yankee bullpen statistically very good, and we know how good the A's bullpen is.
Well, we said we didn't particularly want to see Mariano Rivera in this 3-game series. Saw him today, he looked great, but right now he's where he probably will be in the bullpen just in case, but at this point not needed today.
Cano goes for the backhand, cannot make the exchange, and Suzuki's aboard.
Well, he has a very quick release and a strong arm. It looked like he was a little bit too quick. And right there, he's getting ready to flip the ball underhand across the diamond, but had the ball firmly in his glove. Just a transfer right there.
So it is a base hit for Suzuki, so that's the 3rd hit. Gold glove last year. Teixeira with a gold glove. Ellis takes a strike. Cologne a little off there, 89 miles an hour. Alex Rodriguez is in on the grass, not all the way in, but on the edge. Bounce towards short, and that's a double play. 6-3. Jeter fielded it right near the bag and took it himself. So the leadoff single is erased.
Now batting, third baseman, number 5, Kevin.
And it's amazing with the two-seam fastballs, the kind of ground balls kind of result of it, and that was one of them. When he has a runner on base, he goes to two-seamer. Guys beat the ball on the ground. Unfortunate for the A's, this time one a base hit, one not out of the reach of Derek Jeter.
Kevin Kuzminoff has one of the A's 3 hits. He singled to right field in the 6th. So the batting average climbing for Kuzminoff. That's good news. He's got 5 hits in his last 9 at bats. Ziegler throwing in the bullpen. Right there outside corner with a fastball. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 6 for Cologne. 4-0 after 8.
To live sports, and by Chevrolet. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to support youth baseball and help make a moment kids will never forget.
Hello, my name is Lance Corporal Gibbs from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm currently serving as a combat engineer with 1st Battalion, 5th Marines in Sangin, Afghanistan. Thank you for your support. Go A's!
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
And go A's. Brad Ziegler comes on in the top of the 9th inning. Swisher, Gardner, and Cervelli, the bottom 3 in the order. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. 1-0 with a 1.50 ERA for Ziegler.
Now this is one guy that has to be extremely happy to be pitching on Memorial Day. Brad Ziegler, as much as he does in support of the troops. Great trip during the offseason.
Line drive, left center field. That's going to be a hit, and Swisher is going to have a double. So Swisher gets his first hit. Indeed, Brad Ziegler very involved. In fact, I think Brad made a trip out to the pregame barbecue for the Troops Direct Day out in the parking lot past center field.
Your attention, please.
Swisher's going to be finished for the afternoon.
For New York, number 27, Chris
Dickerson is going to be the pinch runner.
Now batting, number 11, Brett Gardner.
So Dickerson, the pinch runner. Swisher leaves with a double, I should say, and a walk. So he's been on base a couple times today. First pitch to Brett Gardner, way inside. So 6 hits for the Yankees. The A's have 3. A couple of doubles, a triple, and a home run for the Yankees. So 4 of their 6 hits are extra bases. The bunt, Ziegler, and he looked, and that cost him. As soon as he looked, he really had no chance, and Kuzminoff was right next to him when he looked.
Well, a pitcher figures that on a bunt play, if he can get to the ball, the third baseman, usually it's a first and second, try to get a force. But the third baseman's not going to be charging. Brad Ziegler very quick off the mound, and not surprising that he looked, because he thought he would probably have a play at third base. Maybe he would, maybe not. But when Kuzminoff came in, he didn't know that, and you cannot waste any time with Brett Gardner with his speed.
So first and third, nobody out for Cervelli. Cervelli takes inside. He's singled, grounded out, and walked, and he's got a couple of stolen bases. So Cervelli, a late addition to the lineup. Russell Martin was in there originally. Late addition, dropped into the 9th spot, and Cervelli's had a pretty good ball game. Lots of speed with Dickerson at third and Gardner at first.
A lot of times we talk about if you're going to have runs scored against you, have them score it early, so you have the rest of the game to try to come back. A little bit different today, because the veteran Bartolo Colon looks like he's going to get a chance to finish the game, which he should, considering the way he's pitched and the pitch count and the score. The A's have not been able to do anything against him today after trailing 3-0 in the first inning.
I'm telling you, Ray, he's the happiest guy in the dugout. He's having a good time.
That's how he keeps his right shoulder loose. Takes a bat and hammers himself.
Ow.
But, you know, to be 738 and be out of baseball a little bit, try to come back.
He didn't pitch at all last year.
Exactly. Right? You know, get a chance to come to New York, to all places, Yankee Stadium, and pitch for them, knowing that pretty good chance you're going to have some run support when you take the mound, or at least when you pitch. And today he's had that thing happen. I wonder if that's a weighted bat. I don't think so. It's got tape on it, somebody's bat. He was using it to keep his right shoulder loose. Completed a few games, so nothing unusual for him to try to pitch the 9th inning.
One-two pitch to Cervelli. Runner goes, and that one's hit to right field to Jesus on the move. He's going to get there, make the catch. Throw back to first, and Gardner's back in time. Dickerson tagged up. He comes in to score. So Cervelli, pretty good at bat. He gets the sacrifice fly, and it's 5-0 New York.
Well, with Brett Gardner running, David DeJesus knew he didn't have a chance to throw out the runner at the plate, Dickerson, so he tried to get the runner at first base, try to double him off. And Brett Gardner, once he heard and saw contact where the ball was going, had to hustle back, knowing the play was going to be back at first.
So Cervelli gets his 8th RBI, and now the top of the order, Derek Jeter. Missed somewhere. Jeter is 1 for 2. He's got a walk and a sacrifice fly. So the Yankees have a couple of sacrifice flies today. Off the foot of Jeter. Royals still leading the Angels. It's now 6-5. And that game in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Mariners leading the Orioles 4-2 in the 8th. Texas will play a little bit later on against the Rays in Florida. Side to Jeter, 2-1.
And end up on the veranda.
Is there a better place to be, Ray, than on the veranda? Beautiful hotel in St. Petersburg where we stay. Big giant porch. We call it the veranda.
You sit out while it's raining.
Big rocking chairs out there, and you could conceivably sit out there all day and all night if you really wanted.
And you have.
And I have. Try to get out there by 9 in the morning and head back to my room about midnight.
With an off day there this year, you got a chance to do exactly that.
Order lunch. Barton has it, steps in the bag, and that's a double play. Yankees get a run. So it's 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Cologne going for the complete game shutout. Beautiful Memorial Day at the Overstock.com Coliseum, but unfortunately the Yankees have slowed down the A's today thanks to that man Bartolo Colon. He has 8 career shutouts, but the last one was 2006. He also has 31 complete games. And he's got a 3-hitter going here in the bottom of the 9th. Pennington, Crisp, and Barton. And that one's driven right center, hit well. Dickerson on the run, Granderson on the run. Nobody's going to get it. Off the wall, and Pennington has a leadoff double here in the 9th. The pitch count for Cologne is 98.
Well, he knew he didn't hit it hard enough or far enough to hit it out, but at Needs to lead off double. The A's had one back with Josh Willingham in the second inning. It's running 3-0. Could not advance him past second. We'll try to do something different here with Cliff Pennington as the bullpen activity. Not Mariano Rivera is still 5-0.
First pitch to Crisp is hit on the ground. Cano backhands. He was actually playing a couple steps in. Crisp is retired. Over to third goes Pennington. That's Dickerson in the game for Swisher. Pitch ran for him.
It's a case where a ground ball can end a shutout possibility because the infield will play back, except for third base with Alex Rodriguez and the left-handed hitter in Barton.
Barton takes a fastball for a strike. Barton is 0 for 3. Strikeout, line out, and a ground out. Right at 100 is Colon. This one's popped up. Alex Rodriguez near the tarp, and he makes the catch. So Barton can't get the run home. He fouls out. Barton is 0 for 4.
Time now for the Fremont Bank plays the game. Bartolo Colon. Who would have thought it? He has played into the camera all day in the corner of the dugout, getting ready with his glove in hand to go out and pitch, and he's done a magnificent job. As Bartolo Colon got 3 runs in the first inning before he took the mound, and he said, you know what? I got a good fastball. I can paint with the fastball. I'll turn it over if I get a runner on base, try to get some ground balls. And he's done it.
Here's DeJesus.
12 ground ball outs today for the right-hander.
Well, I mean, his control has just been terrific.
Yeah.
I mean, pitching matchup for tomorrow. Freddie Garcia and Brett Anderson. Our coverage starts at 6:30 with A's pregame live. The ball game at 7. Right here on Comcast Sportsnet California. So join us for game 2 of this series, and then on Wednesday a day game. We'll have that for you as well. Fly ball left field, and this should do it. And Colon has shut out the Athletics on 4 hits. His first shutout since 2006. So Bartolo Colon helps the Yankees take game 1 of this series here at the Coliseum. So spoils the Memorial Day festivities as the Yankees beat the A's 5-0. Well, don't go away. A's post-game live with Jim Cosmore and Greg Cadaret is set to go from the studio again. Bartolo Colon, the 4-hit shutout. Yankees win it 5-0.